Welcome to Peter and Ruffy's Football Show here on STV. Our main talking points on tonight's programme. Kenny Dalglish says one goal is enough against Lithuania and he'd be happy even if it was a fluke. Archie Gemmell says that we've got to forget about England in the World Cup qualifiers and just concentrate on getting second place. Alloa have given St Mirren permission to speak to their manager Jack Ross about filling the vacancy at New St Mirren, and also over and above that, we will talk about Henry McLeish, the First Minister, who says it's not a time for strict liability for Scottish clubs. We'll discuss that in the company of, as ever, Alan Ruff, and our bookroom guest on a Monday is Mark Guidi. Lots to get through, guys, and of course I had a wee chat with Kenny Dalglish and Archie Gemmell. Today they were out there for the new South Stand, which has been sponsored by William Hill, and of course they've decorated it all in the front, Ruffy, with some brilliant images as well. Kenny resplendent on one of the pillars.
Yeah, I think that's what it's all about. When you've got a national stadium, you put your heroes up there for the supporters to see them, and I'm sure it'll look fantastic on the night. Obviously the lighting will be on, everything, but you're right in what you're saying. We need a win to go with it. Yeah,
well, I thought I would just get a quick word with the two guys just to obviously get their thoughts on all things Lithuania and, in a broader sense, where we are in Scottish football. First of all, I caught up with Kenny Dalglish.
I'm delighted to say on the concourse here at Hampden I'm joined by the one and only Kenny Dalglish. 102 caps, 30 goals, quite a few of them scored here, Kenny.
Yeah, that's the second time you've asked that question. You've rephrased it for the first one. No, 102 caps and 30 goals. You're proud to represent your country, whatever number of caps you get. And for me, it was every time I played, I felt hugely proud to be playing and representing the country. The stadium has changed a lot since I first started playing. It's fantastic that William Hill have sponsored the main stand, because Scottish football certainly needs an injection of cash, and any sponsors that they can get, I'm sure will be gratefully received. But one of the best non-footballing moments was here, was outside the main stand, and Alec Cameron was doing a report to television for Scott Sport in the old days, and the police horse came up and smacked him in the back, and he said a bit of a stumble. So for me, I found that quite amusing. But on a footballing sense, I think one of the happiest memories for me out here was when we beat Spain 3-1, and I was lucky to score one of them. So for me, that was as good an occasion here as in a Scotland shirt.
Great days for us, looking back on the smile on your face, the players that you were playing with. We'd love to be back there at our major championships. What a shot in the arm it would give the whole country.
Yeah, and if Scotland score, I'll still have the same smile on my face. But that was a golden era for players in the history of Scottish football. For some reason, there just seemed to be an awful lot of Scottish players that were playing with the bigger clubs, not only in England but in Europe as well. It was a great team, great guys playing with it, and they were successful. I think nowadays it's they're just picking themselves back up. There seems to be more Scottish players coming through now and getting games. There's none of them playing in the top teams in England at the moment, but then that might change in a few years to come. And I think the job that Gordon's done, over his tenure of being manager, has been fantastic. And I think the wee man's done as good a job as what anybody could possibly have done. Unfortunately, not to qualify for the Euros. The three teams that beat us to qualification all reached the last 16. So the wee man's done a great job there, and I'm sure the players enjoy it, going along to play for Scotland. And against Lithuania, all we need is give us a good start, and you know the punters will be right behind you. And if we walk away with 1-0, then it's a great result for us.
And 2 quick points to finish. How do you feel our chances are of qualifying in this group?
Well, the night's game's the most important one. So you get past that and you get 3 points. It gives you a wee leg up, doesn't it? You're sitting there with 6. So, and Lithuania might feel under a bit of duress because they drew the game at home 2-2. So all we can do is get our own house in order and worry about the opposition when we have to play them.
And the last point, it's quite good for me to be here standing alongside my hero. Unfortunately, I've got someone else who played alongside you. He's been to 3 World Cups. He's got 53 caps. You look as if you're still in good shape. Is there any advice you could possibly give to Ruffy, because he's picked up an injury, he's not training, it's looking grim for him?
Well, he could have done me losing a bit of timber when he was playing. So some things never change, eh?
From a very fit Kenny Dalglish and me, who looks as if I could lose a bit of timber. Thanks, Kenny, for joining us.
No problem, Peter.
Yeah, Kenny Dalglish there offering some advice to Ruffy and myself on how to lose some timber. I have to say, before we get to talk about what he was talking about, what about the guidance in the background from your man here? It was like a scene from.
I was astounded, you know, how you got Kenny Dalglish and the Chuckle Brothers to be in the back while that interview was going on.
I thought my assistant Archie Gemmell handled it all well.
I mean, you can't actually walk past when people are doing an interview. That was absolutely priceless, Mark. But to the meat and bones of what Kenny was talking about there, as ever, he's very pragmatic about his outlook on it. Just one goal, who cares how it's scored? Just get the points. I don't think he was too committed to suggesting that you know, it's a must-win.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, Gordon Strachan said it's not a must-win. Ken Dalglish has said it's not a must-win. But let's be honest, it is.
Yeah.
We'll have to disagree with them. I know they've got to say it, the footballing fraternity, they'll try and stick together to keep the pressure away. But if you don't beat Lithuania on Saturday, Peter, at Hampden, then you can kiss bye-bye to qualification. If you look at the stats, you must win your home games. Take England out of the equation. Look at the other 4 teams. You must take 12 out of 12 from their games. So if we end up with only 1 point from Saturday and then Tuesday night away in Slovakia, I don't like to see it, but we're finished. It is a must-win game.
Yeah, Ruffy, would you concur?
Yeah, I think so. I agree with Kenny. 1-0 would do. It's still 3 points, but I would take it a wee bit further. I would like to see us putting in a good performance. I think we've got a performance in us. I think we're getting into the game with confidence. I know there's no easy games now, and Lithuania are very difficult, but I think if you post to something like a 3-0 win, you know, it just makes everybody else in the group look up and say, look, this team's not bad. You know, we have this team's improving year on year, you know, but if you get a 1-0 a goal in the last 2 minutes, everybody's, you know, sort of still not convinced that we're going to go the whole road. But I think a convincing win and getting into the next game would be fantastic for everybody, for the players as well. There's nothing better than going on an away trip with all the media and everybody that's there and the supporters, and everybody's all pulling in the right direction. And I think a result like that would do that.
Yeah, we're going to hear from Archie Gemmell on the game against England coming up, as well as his view on Scotland's chances. And of course, he has witnessed close hand Oliver Burke at Nottingham Forest, so we'll get Archie's thoughts coming up in the next part of the programme. But Kenny there, quite happy with a 1-0. I think we would take that more or less. England, I don't think anyone wants to talk about the potential of, you know, an advantage for Scotland with Gareth Southgate unveiled today. I thought he'd come up with a brilliant line, Gareth Southgate, at the press conference, where he's now taking charge of England for 4 games. Whether he goes on beyond that, who knows? He says, I love football, but I don't like the industry, Mark. And I presume we're part of the industry and part that he doesn't like. Because quite simply he has to try and steady the ship right now. Whether that's to our advantage, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the industry, when he spoke about, if you look at the England manager's job, Peter, there's no hiding place. You're under intense scrutiny. 1 foot wrong, you're out the door, as Sam Allardyce found out last week. I think before that, big Phil Scolari didn't want an England job because of the invasion of privacy, and Gareth Southgate said today he's already had the doorstep and his family's been used to it. He spoke over with his family before deciding to take it on a caretaker basis, so I wish him well, because he's a nice fella, and I think he'll have England ready for us next month. There's no doubt about that. Despite what's happened to England in the past 7 days, they are still by far the favourites to win the section.
Yeah, should we be just forgetting about that and viewing that as 2 holidays? Chance to, you know, sample the atmosphere at Hampden and then down to England. Well, we're down to England first of all, roughly in November. You and me both.
No, I think we've got to go down to England. I think we've got to go down there with a hope that we can pick up something. I can't see us going down there and winning, but a draw would be a fantastic boost for the rest of the campaign. I don't think the manager thing will have anything to do with it. The players will still want to do well for their country.
Okay, don't miss the next part of the programme because Archie Gemmill sets the record straight on Argentina. I mean, we're 3-1 up. He scored a wonder goal, and of course, a certain goalkeeper was beaten from 35 yards. So Archie Gemmill is the man who's set the record straight on that. It's well worthy of seeing that. And also, I wonder if you can tell me who was the player that managed to beat Ruffy from 35 yards? He was wearing a Holland jersey in 1978. I'll tell you after the break. Welcome back to Peter and Ruffy's Football Show. Alan Ruff is alongside me, Peter Martin. Our bookroom guest is Mark Guidi. Hopefully you enjoyed Kenny Dalglish in the first part of the programme. Now, another one of Ruffy's teammates from 1978, a very special player. He was part of a Nottingham Forest side that not only came up from the old second division to the top flight in England, they went on to win it, and of course Brian Clough's side later going on to win the Champions League as it's known today, but the European Cup in 2 successive years. Archie was also out there at Hampden Park today for the launch of that new William Hill concourse, and he was talking about our chances in this World Cup qualifying group.
Well, I'm delighted to be joined by a man who scored one of Scotland's greatest ever goals, and Hampden has changed a lot since the days you were playing here, but they still have you as a mannequin down there scoring that goal against Holland in the museum.
Yeah, that's right. I came up quite a few years ago to the opening of it. No, I think it's given me a lot of pleasure because it's given the nation a lot of pleasure. It's something that only happens, as I say, once in a lifetime. But it was enjoyable.
Yep, and probably one of the rare occasions that Dalglish has actually given the ball away to allow you to score.
Yeah, as I say, no, I was just asking Kenny prior about one or two of the high points and the low points, but it's to get over 100 caps is by anybody's imagination, it's absolutely fantastic.
You were part of a golden generation of footballers, and we seem to take for granted over qualifying for major tournaments. Do you have a sense of optimism about Gordon's chances of getting us there in this one?
Well, it's a good squad. It's a young squad. They've got a lot of legs in them. They seem to be well coached. Everybody knows exactly what's expected of them. And but in everything, you need luck. You know, when you look back at the last campaign, you're talking the last kick of the ball. So if Scotland can play to a good level and they can get the lucky breaks, then I think we could be going to Russia.
Do you think we should completely forget about England in this group, or should we still have them in our sights?
Well, you can have them in your sights, but I think the 2 games against England are for the fans. You know, they will absolutely relish it. And Scotland will give a good account of themselves. There's no question about that. And I wouldn't put it by Scotland to beat them in one of the games. But it is going to be difficult. The game on Saturday, people keep saying it's a must-win, but you only can take one game at a time, and it's a Lithuania game. Scotland will win it. And we go to Slovakia on the Tuesday. Very difficult, but life ain't easy.
Yeah, absolutely. Just to finish then, we were talking about players in your day. There were so many great players that you played alongside, including yourself, Archie. We're looking at someone who could be a saviour for us, a talisman. Could it be Oliver Burke?
Well, the boy's very young. A lot of pressure on his shoulders, but he has got pace. He's strong, and who knows? As I say, a 17-year, 18-year-old boy, I've seen it over the years. Great at 17, 21, who is he? So I think going to Germany will help him tremendously, because the Germans are coached. You look at their youth teams, you look at their national teams, they're always there or thereabouts. So I would expect him, after a year or 2 years in Germany, to be exceptionally good.
You know you're on the Peter and Ruffy show. You know Ruffy's going
Yeah.
to. You know Ruffy's going to be watching this, Archie. Now I know you scored a wonder goal. I mean you've beaten 3 men. You've lobbed Jan Youngblood.
Yeah.
We're 3-1 up. We think we're actually on the way again.
Yeah.
Who in their right mind gets beaten from about 35 yards with a shot from Johnny Rep? I mean, you must have looked at the goalkeeper and asked serious questions of him.
Oh, without any doubt, how anybody, if you say 35 yards, I think actually he was picking something up, you know. But Alan was fantastic.
You're digging yourself out, aren't you?
He was he was an exceptionally good goalkeeper. But actually, I've said it before, that actually took a deflection off my big toe, and if it hadn't been for that, we could have won 3-1.
What a get out, Ruffy! And I honestly didn't put him up to that. Archie Gemmell's been a joy.
All the best.
Honestly, Ruffy, I did not coach him in that. He offered it freely that there was a deflection off his toe that caught you out in that game.
Yeah, I was just wondering why he waited 30 years to let everybody know that. Maybe he'd take the pressure off me to say that after the game. But no, these things happen in the game. It did. He just put his foot out to sort of stop it, and then deflected it higher up and over me, which was a shame.
Yeah, you record it. What about his assessment on, first of all, the England aspect of it, which was fine. I think we all know that we're going to be battling for second place unless something strange happens along the way. But Oliver Burke is something that I think we haven't had for a while. Something a wee bit different in this boy. Are we putting too much pressure on him?
I think he's got the ability, Peter, to be a match winner. For if you look at his performance against Malta, he was exciting. You know, he just, as soon as he gets the ball, he wants to drive forward. He wants to attack his opponents. He's certainly got a bit about him, and I think in front of the Hampden crowd on Saturday night, I think he will rise to the occasion and take the game by the scruff of the neck. But of course, he's got to start the game. And I hope that Gordon Strachan gives him a starting spot.
Yeah, I noticed the First Minister, Henry McLeish, has said, you know, at the elite level, we've got to, you know, stop making excuses for our game. You know, the weather's too bad, there's too much technology, we're too small. We've just got to get on with it. We've got to start producing players, get them in a team and get them doing something.
Yeah, he's right. Just, you know, get out there, play football, work hard, allow players to express themselves, and hopefully they can go and do well, get picked up with their clubs, do it day in, day out with their clubs, and when they come to the international arena, that they're ready for it and can go and make progress. Because, you know, we're approaching 20 years without qualification for a major tournament. Underneath the main team, we've not been so clever either. It's time to get our act together.
Yeah, absolutely. The last time we qualified, I think you had a full head of hair. That's how long ago it's been. Let's look at some of the other things. Look at Ruffy looking into space, thinking, "Wow, that long." Ruffy, Jack Ross. Something we've been saying for a couple of weeks. I've said, we don't have any ambition. You've got to go for people that really have, you know, set the heather on fire. He's certainly impressed everyone with his job at Alloa.
Yeah, well, I didn't know Jack that much, and he came in the studio, and we were just chatting away. And I don't know about Mark, but you get a vibe when you hear somebody talking about football. You get, you know, somebody who is going places, and all he's waiting for is just to be given the chance. I mean, I know we've said that about a lot of young managers, but I think with Jack, there is something there. You know, I think he's handled his career very well, and I think he's due a chance at a particular job like this.
Mark?
Yeah, he's certainly got a lot about him. He is going to go into bigger and better things. Is St Mirren the right job for him, though, Peters? You look at a job like that now, and I'm starting to think, is that one of those jobs that has now become, for a manager, a hiding to nothing? Yeah. So you might be, unless it's really exceptional, he might be as well staying where he is. Yep.
Just looking back over the weekend's results, I mean, there was a good win for Rangers. Crankier scored a lovely goal. Aberdeen had an emphatic win as well. As you can see the results there, of course, Hearts doing well on the Friday night against Motherwell. Scott Brown scoring in the game for Celtic, and of course Aberdeen with a big win. I still look at I don't know if you've witnessed the penalty, Ruffy, that set them on their way, but I think Willie Collum called that one way wrong.
He obviously saw something that he didn't from another angle. I know Jamie spilt the ball and the boy came in. I think when he went to get the ball, maybe Jamie's reacted by touching the bottom of his foot or something, because Jamie never really complained very much about it. So I think maybe there was something that we all didn't see.
Yep, and I noticed that Brendan Rodgers is suggesting maybe Scott Brown could be a centre half. That put the frighteners up. I mean, he's shouting from the high heavens he's a number 10.
He's doing well just now, though. That's the best football for a couple of years. I think he really came onto the scene this season, the game at Tynecastle, Peter, when Celtic won, then, you know, in games since then too. But he has been a real leader for Brendan Rodgers. I mean, you look at Celtic now, Peter, I don't like to say it because we want competition, but I can see Celtic having the title wrapped up by March. This could be a 20-point victory for Celtic.
Okay, thanks to Mark Guidi and Alan Ruffin. Great to hear from Kenny Dalglish and Archie Gemmell. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I think the weekend certainly delivered one sad note, which was the sad passing of a Rangers fan, Ryan Baird, and a number of injuries when a Rangers supporters bus crashed. The football community comes together, and of course I think on the football show we'd like to wish our condolences and our thoughts and prayers with Ryan Baird's family, and a speedy recovery for the other Rangers fans. From everybody here on the football show, good night.